is Couch Time with Jess, featuring my faithful companion. We've been here all day. So, I've made it a priority to keep sharing each week. So I don't want to forget for this week. Hopefully you guys can hear me at least okay. Today I am 10 weeks 4 days pregnant. Well, I think I'll start with the most obvious thing, which is cheese. They are loud. Which is I've been having exhaustion spells ever since we made the move. It's just been go, 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 working DoorDash every day, getting things done every day, working through emotional stuff, and it's just a lot. And so today was really my first day of really just being able to just sit down and just not do anything. Biggest symptom right now is I'm just so tired. Other than that, I've been having cramping. It's the usual though. It's a mixture of indigestion and uteral cramping from the uterus getting bigger. I've definitely had an increase in bathroom breaks. In the beginning, I thought that it was more frequent, but I mean, all in all, I drink a lot of water, so it really wasn't that different. But now, it's I usually don't wake up in the middle of the night to pee, but I will wake up at 6 in the morning or 7 and really have to pee, and then I go pee because I'm a pretty heavy sleeper. So if I'm tired, I'm gonna sleep through the urge to pee, which probably isn't good. I tried setting alarms to get up a couple of times, but I slept right through it. I find myself watching shows where people are pregnant. I adore the parts of Charmed where Piper is pregnant with her boys. I enjoy Jane the Virgin. I really connect with that show right now, even though I've watched it 3 times and this is my first time watching it pregnant. And I'm also thinking that this one's kind of funny, but I might want to rewatch Secret Life of the American Teenager. Look at this boy. You're such a lazy boy. You just like laying with mommy. Oh, look at that face. See, I'm so tired. I do nothing and I'm so tired. Yeah. That's my buddy. That's my boy. I was tired at rehearsal, but I took less breaks than the week before. So I kind of take that as a win. I was more involved this week with rehearsal. Ooh, my neck. I've definitely been eating a lot more. The types of stuff hasn't changed much, although in the last 2 days here, my nausea has come back full force, and it's been very hard for me to be around meat. I've gotten severely nauseated from smelling chicken, at all. My man, he's trying to eat, he's trying to be polite, he's trying to keep the smell away from me, but just heating it up, it's so overwhelming. Dancing, it definitely makes me tired, don't get me wrong, but I'm still physically able to do it. and I'm not completely like out of breath or anything at the end, so that's kind of like what I take as like a marker. Like if I get done doing something and I can't breathe much, that tells me that it's just too much for me right now. But that usually doesn't happen with anything. I'm pretty good at pacing myself because I already know my body. So yes, I think I did yoga like probably like 3 times this week. Yeah. As long as I get in my yoga a couple times a week, I'm pretty satisfied with that. And I've been working every day. And actually, I have not worked every day pretty much since like the 4th or 5th week of pregnancy. From then on, I was just like I just had so many symptoms and so many things going on. They just like weighed me down. So it felt good to get back into the rhythm. It felt good to start paying some bills again and being able to contribute, but today was definitely needed. So yeah, pretty much like me and my partner had a discussion yesterday because like I've just felt very what's the word? Maybe it's repressed. I don't know what the correct word is, but basically I've just been feeling like I'm going through the motions and like I haven't fully let myself like feel everything that I'm really feeling about being pregnant, because I told him yesterday, I was like, yeah, I was really scared in the beginning and I was really overwhelmed, and then I started to get excited. So obviously I thought that since I'm getting excited, then that's like the overwhelming emotion that's gonna take over. Like now I'm gonna be really excited and I'm gonna be really happy about it. And I felt some like slight shame in myself for the fact that I'm not always happy about it. Like sometimes it annoys me that I'm pregnant, or sometimes it overwhelms me that I'm pregnant, that I'm not completely financially stable and I'm pregnant. And this was so much for my brain to grasp onto all at once. And I feel that my psyche was trying to slowly get a grasp on the actual situation. Like, I feel like for people who have been trying for a long time, they already know the type of parent that they want to be. They know that they want to be a parent without a doubt. They know that they're excited and this, that, and the third, and they got this prepared and they got that prepared and they bought this and they bought that already. And it's like, for somebody who wasn't expecting to be expecting, the feelings are a little bit more mixed and just all jumbled together. There's excitement, but there's also, I had these doubts in the beginning, and well, I don't have those doubts anymore. I wasn't really, I wish there was a good way to put this, because I'm literally so tired right now that I'm trying to put this into words the best way that I can. I felt bad that I felt bad. I think that's what it was. I did go into a slight depression. I understood it to be that because I'd experienced it before. And nowadays, I look at depression from a very technical point of view, a very observant point of view. I'm not as judgmental with it. I more so look at it as, instead of you're doing something to me, instead I look at it as you're trying to say something to me. That's what I take it as. So we were trying to figure out yesterday, what is my depression saying to me? What do I not like about the current situation that I'm in? And then I realized it was because I felt like I had a lack of control. Yeah. From the very moment I found out I was pregnant, I felt that from then on out, I would have no control over my life. Everything was up in the air. It was up to nature to keep the pregnancy going. I could no longer just rely on the things that I do, making everything work. There's a certain amount of faith that goes into being pregnant, because things happen. And people don't really talk about it that much, but like, when you're pregnant, you have a very real fear of miscarriage. Unless you're just extremely, extremely confident that nothing will happen, every once in a while it creeps in. I've gotten pretty good at letting what is going to be, but in the first few weeks before the ultrasound, I was like on edge and thinking about it all the time. I even took pregnancy tests weeks after I knew I was pregnant, just to like test my hormone levels, which I didn't even realize that's not even how it works. But nobody told me that. And nobody told me that you're gonna be like scared of having a miscarriage practically the whole time. Nobody told me that. Nobody really told me a lot of stuff that happens when you're pregnant. You know? But I'm glad that we talked about it though, because it did really help. I know that some people say, oh, your partner shouldn't be your therapist. That's not their place. They shouldn't do that for you. You should talk to a professional. But if I'm being real with y'all, my man has talked through more issues with me than anybody else in my entire life. And that's been over 11 months of knowing each other. And people wonder why we're still together sometimes, because we've gone through some really difficult stuff. And I feel like that's one of the really big reasons, because no matter what we go through, even with this, like, this hasn't been easy for us. Like, having to get our lives together so quickly together and make that commitment towards that future, you know, that takes a lot as a couple. And not only that, it takes a lot of talking and a lot of, therapy. I'm actually really glad that we're able to be that person for each other. If other couples feel uncomfortable with that, then that's fine. But for us, we do our own self-reflection on our own time. But weirdly enough, being able to talk to each other about everything, it actually really helps. And it's really solidified our friendship as well. So, just a little dive into our relationship. He's literally working right now, but I'm hoping, I'm gonna ask him for next week. There's a little hush-hush. I haven't asked him this yet, but I think for next week, I'm gonna ask him to do the video, and basically I'm gonna see how observant he is, because I'm gonna say, okay, so we're gonna do the video for this week, but you're gonna be the one telling the viewers what's been going on with me. So I kind of want to see how that goes. It's gonna be interesting. Excuse me. All right. So other than all that stuff, the repressed stuff that I've been keeping in, and the issues with my own feelings and my acceptance of the pregnancy, and accepting that I'm gonna be a mom, and accepting that I'm gonna have changes in my life and big responsibilities, and really have to hone in on myself as a person, all that pressure, that led to a whole lot of mood swings. Other than the hormones, I've been very on edge. I would say I've been snippy. We've fought a lot the other day about about whether my cat and her litter box would fit in the car or not to move her here with us. So yeah, we literally went back and forth about that for a good minute, and then we just decided to try it, and it ended up fitting. I knew it was gonna fit in the car, but either way, it's the little things like that. I seriously think that my mood swings are rubbing off on him, which is good and bad. I think he's slowly starting to understand me a little bit more with the mood swings. I think I'm getting better at articulating what I want, because I think that a lot of the mood swings come from feeling misunderstood. And if I make myself understood, they're not as bad. Even if we disagree about something, at least he knows what I'm feeling, versus we're disagreeing and I'm not gonna tell you how I'm feeling, and I'm not gonna tell you why either. I'm just, I'm gonna be me, pretty much. Yeah, other than that, is there anything else that I would like to talk about? I'm really bloated, but it's starting to form into something, because I wake up in the morning now and I don't have a flat stomach anymore. And yeah, so it could be mostly bloat, but I mean, you'll see from the pictures at the beginning that I think it's forming into something. I'm noticing some more. I'm noticing that the top of my abs, up here, are packing on a little bit more. But also, you gotta remember that I work out multiple times a week, and I still have abs. So, I've been feeling pressure down under. If you're catching my drift, I've been feeling pressure, in the lower front part of my abdomen. It doesn't really matter whether I'm bloated or not. I just feel a lot of pressure down there, pushing on areas, and I'm the baby is the size of a strawberry. It is not big enough right now to put this much pressure on me, which is why I still feel, I will keep saying this every week until I get that second ultrasound, I still feel like it's secretly twins. Because if you look at those pictures, I swear, this is some early showing. And it doesn't go down when I sleep. So yeah, we'll see what's going on next week though. Yeah, I think I'm done because my throat is really dry. Oh yeah. I'm so tired and I've done nothing today. One more thing. My feet have been so cold. My feet have been so cold, and my face and my upper body has been hot, but my feet have been cold. It's so strange. Yo, I'm tall and I have a long torso. And I feel like I'm gonna be a little peeved if I don't show that much until I'm about to give birth. Like I'm gonna be a little pissed off because I wanted to get huge. And from what I'm hearing from other people, because I'm tall and I got a long torso, I might not show that much. And I'm like, oh, that kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? But I know that the only thing you should worry about is the baby being healthy, but I want to show. I want to be a big ass show. I want to walk around and have people know. I want to show. Alright, that's all for tonight. God, I don't want to go to the store. Good night, y'all. I will see y'all next week with more updates.